Hi, guys. Okay, in today's episode, we're going to get into something that I'm so passionate about, and that is stop treating every season like it's an emergency. The businesses that scale understands that slow seasons are part of the process, and it can be your most strategic asset. But what I see too often is people burning it down and sabotaging their success when it's time for it. So, this is a perfect time to talk about it because that's kind of the season that a lot of businesses are in here in the summer. But if sales are slower right now, I need you to hear this. Before you start slashing your marketing budgets, stopping doing your emails, disappearing from social, canceling any membership that you have, you need to know that your decisions in the slow season determine what your business looks like 6 months from now. The last thing you want to do is panic. And I can speak on this because I have lived through this in many different businesses that I have had. And I know that the very first thing you want to do, that knee-jerk reaction, is burn it all down and freak out and look at your bank account and panic. But I will tell you, every single time I have done that, it has cost me in the long run. And now the way that I see slowdowns, I see them as a setup for the next level. And I can assure you, every single time I have reacted in that mindset and I have made strategic moves that did not involve slashing everything and burning it down, it has set me up for so much success. I like to explain it to my team as like iron being refined in the fire. You have to go through the pain for a moment where you need to be and who you need to become. And that always, always, always happens in the slowdown. The businesses that survive and scale are not the ones that avoid the slow seasons. They're the ones that understand them. The real emergency in the slow season is your panic. It is not the slowness of the season. So, why do business owners panic? Because we're emotional beings. It's okay. I, again, want you to understand that I'm empathizing because I've been there. One slow week can feel catastrophic. One slow month to most people feels like proof that nothing is working. When revenue dips, every strategy gets questioned. Raise your hand if this feels like something that you have lived before. Fear makes us stop. It makes us stop marketing. We will cut our ad spend. We go quiet on social because our mental health starts to suffer. We pause email campaigns. We stop investing. We pull back on tools that we've been utilizing. We delay hiring. We freeze with our strategy because we feel like nothing's working. We stop creating. We make no new content, no new offers, no new relationships are built because all we're doing is being stuck in our own brain and panicking and spinning our wheels. But all of those things are the very things that create momentum. Doing all of that is how you get out of a slow season quicker. And one thing that I will say that we have found ourselves in before is where we have delayed hiring or we have like slimlined our team, and it has bitten us in the butt every time. Because again, every single slowdown is not a setback, it's a set up. So, sorry if you're watching this, I just clicked the wrong thing. But if you don't want to stop your marketing in a season that needs it most. I will never understand this. Sometimes we have clients that come to us and they're like, my sales are down, so I need to stop my marketing because I don't have the budget for it. And we are always like, that is the last thing you want to do. Whether you stay with us or not is irrelevant to me. But stopping your marketing is something you cannot afford to do in a slow season. Whenever we have a slow period, we ramp up our marketing efforts. We double our reach outs. We put more content out there because that is what you have to do. You cannot freeze. When you freeze, you are going to freeze the growth of your bank account too, okay? Momentum is built in the slow seasons. If you slow down in a slow season, you don't recover from the slow season. If you are somebody that's been in business for a while, you can see that. I'm sure if you look back at your numbers, you will see how hard it is to climb out of a slow season. But it's not the financial piece that is the problem. It is your response and your reactions during the slow part. And I bet if you really did some self-reflection, you could say that this is true. The business growth timeline is something that a lot of people don't talk about because most business activities have a delayed return. We, as human beings, want to put one piece of something out there and we want it to generate sales. That is not like how it works. It's just not as much as we want it to be. Most marketing, most business efforts are a delayed return activity. For instance, email marketing. Somebody who joins your email list today probably won't buy from you immediately. It's honestly quite rare for somebody to join your email list and buy the same day. A lot of times it takes months and months of nurturing, which is what email is for, in order for them to actually make a purchase. So you could have somebody sign up today and not purchase for 6 months. Well, what if you don't market to them for the first 3 months they're on the list? They're going to unsubscribe, or they're going to just become one of those unengaged profiles in your Klaviyo account, and they're never going to receive the emails that you send anyway. So you never want to slow down. Content marketing. The person that hires you today likely has been watching you for 12 months. That's just a reality. That's how you build trust with people. You prove to them you're not going anywhere. That no matter when it gets hard, you don't go anywhere. When it's easy, you stay. When it comes to referrals, the relationship that you build today could easily create your revenue next quarter. And with networking, just having a conversation today could likely become an opportunity for you next year. Delayed return activities, but all of them will generate revenue in the future. Most business owners overestimate what is possible in 30 days, but dramatically underestimate what happens in 12 months. Slow is not the same as stopped, and most people put the words into the same thing. They're not synonymous. Slow does not mean stopped. Why is it so important to not slow down during Q2 and Q3? It matters more than most people think because most people in business are not looking at a lead pipeline. They're not looking at the funnel. They're not looking at the process of acquiring new eyeballs and achieving a purchase from them. They are wanting instant gratification. But the leads you are generating in spring and summer, right now, if you're listening to this as this is released, they often become your Q4 holiday buyers because they need time. We've just talked about in the episode prior to this about how skepticism is running rampant in our consumers these days for good reason. So they need time to trust your brand. The last thing you want to do is slow down with marketing efforts right now and then try to ramp it up when Q4 hits, because then these people don't have time to trust you to make those purchases. And you know you want those Q4 purchases. If somebody discovers you now, hopefully they'll be ready to buy from you during Black Friday. And then they get to experience your brand, and then they become a repeat buyer over and over and over again, and you take the lifetime value of that customer and it goes into the thousands because of what you did in the summer. Do you see how that works? Most of the customers that are purchasing in Q4 are meeting people right now for the first time. Yes, obviously you have the people that you already have. We're not talking about them. We're talking about all of your marketing efforts to continue to nurture those people, yes, but how do we get more? Stopping ads in summer is a bad move. Stopping marketing, email marketing in summer is a bad move. Slowing down content creation in summer is a bad move. And if no one else will tell you that, I will. Because I want to see you have the best year ever. And most of that is going to happen in Q4. But 99% of Q4 is dependent on what is happening now. Okay, so What do smart businesses do during slow seasons? How can you build instead of putting on the brakes? Well, I'll tell you. Instead of panicking, smart business owners are going to focus on building these things. They are going to focus on growing their list. They are going to create more content with more value to generate more conversions, because during Q4, one email might generate 10,000. However, in the summer, it might take 4 emails. So we're going to do more marketing. One live sale on Facebook might generate 10 grand in Q4, and it might take 6 right now. So just do it more, okay? Yes, I know you're tired. I know that you do this for a reason. Figure, why are you doing this? Why did you decide to go the path that is hard and become a business owner? Remember your why and do it anyway. Because right now you should be building systems. If you do not have your email flows in place, they need to get in place. Why? Because you can nurture people throughout the summer, and you can continue to nurture people in Q4 without those abandoned cart, checkout, browse, without the welcome flow, without the thank you, without the win back. You are leaving so much money on the table, whether it's now or Q4 or when you go into Q1 and things slow down from Q4. You have to focus on how can you improve your customer experience. When things are slow, how can you make it better? Reach out to your top 10 customers or clients. Say, hey, I'm trying to figure out how I can make being one of my customers a better experience. What do you love about what we do? What do you not love? I want to make it better. And then make it better. Create systems to make it better. So that the people that are going to experience buying from you later this year get the best of you. And the best of you is created in the slow season, not when you are chasing your tail because you're so busy. Smart business owners right now are focusing on building content consistently, building partnerships and collabs, and gathering reviews from people. Because when it's slow, you have time to talk to people. So talk to people. Those connections are going to bring you the most success later on. The compound effect of consistency is real. And showing up year round, even during the slow seasons, will result in so much. I had like a thought in my head for the pause. But showing up when it's slow. Showing up when it's not slow. You know there are 2 different versions of you as a business owner. The one who shows up when sales are coming in and it's like nothing you do would stop them. Then there's a version of you that is who you are when things are slow. 2 different energies, 2 different results. You need to always present yourself as the person that you are when sales are easy, because people feed off that. After 1 year, if you're looking at 2 businesses, and we have business A and we have business B. Business A markets heavily when sales are good. They disappear when sales are slow because the owner gets in their own mind and they start panicking. They have a reactive strategy of contacting service providers and canceling services when things are slow. Or they fire the person that they need to help them during Q4, during summer, because they're like, I don't know how I'm going to make payroll. You're going to make payroll by putting out more content and doing more to get out there. If you have a storefront, you're going to do more pop-ups. You're going to do more in-person shopping experiences. You're going to do more, and therefore you're going to make payroll. Business A has to start over every season because they're burning it to the ground when it's slow. And it's always going to get slow at some point. Don't panic. It's part of the journey. It's part of the ride. Every single roller coaster has to have a down in order to have an up. Okay? Business B shows up consistently year round with the same energy no matter what's going on. The owner has a strong mental fortitude. They are not crumbling when things get slow. They are building in every season, whether it's building profit, building systems, building team members to support them when it's time to make a crazy profit. They're having a proactive strategy, not a reactive strategy. And their efforts will compound over time. And that is why business B, after a year, Business A will be like, oh, they just got lucky. But it's not luck. It is everything that Business B did behind the scenes that Business A was not willing to do because they were stuck inside of their own mind. They are not lucky. They are consistent. They're doing a dozen small things repeatedly, not one huge thing perfectly. And Business A will never see the success of Business B if they do not learn that. Adjusting versus quitting. This is the most important distinction you can make in your business. Quitting is always that. It ends it. When you quit, you stop getting results. I'm not saying to never pivot. Knowing when to pivot as a business owner is imperative. But there's a critical difference between a strategic adjustment and a fear-based reaction. Strategic adjustment, we're going to improve this. This is where leadership comes into play. You evaluate, you iterate, you keep building. Fear-based reaction is panic. We're going to stop doing this. The founder withdraws, they disappear, the business loses momentum. Leadership matters. And in order to be the leader of the type of business that you are wanting, I'm assuming, is somebody who is mentally strong enough to handle the ebbs and flow of business. And in order to do that, you have to just make a decision with yourself that you're not going to be reactive, you are going to be strategic. Most business owners quit watering the seeds because they don't see the fruit fast enough. But some of those seeds you're planting today aren't even supposed to bloom until next season. I hope so much that this resonated with you because, as I always say, what I want more than anything is to see every single person that enters into my world succeed. I want nothing more from every single one of you to make so much money that you're able to change the world, because good people need a lot of money to be able to make a huge difference in our world. And I want that to be you. So don't waste the slow season. If you want us to help you with a free marketing audit, reach out to us. We would love nothing more than to get our eyes on your marketing strategy and give you suggestions. We have options for do it yourself, done for you, or we can just give you the information. It's free. Take advantage of it. Let us see how we can hold your hand. You can do this. It's just a season. The good news about seasons is that they change. So just hold tight. I love you so much, and we'll talk soon.